Motherhood can be overwhelming, especially for new moms, and our next guest wouldn't have it any other way.
Tana Thompson has been an advocate to speak out on infant mortality, especially in the Black community, after her own experience. And a first on 4-1 Forward here, a 2-month-old. We have Jelani here with mom as well. And so thank you both for being here, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, thank you.
How has this Mother's Day been for you?
It isn't my first Mother's Day, but it's my first actual Mother's Day with the baby here. So I'm so happy to have him, and he's such a blessing to my life.
What has motherhood taught you?
Ooh, it taught me to do my best at whatever I can do, because I got someone that's following me, and I want him to be the best at what he can be. So that is my motivation every day, to get up and be the best that I can be.
And you really wanted to bring home the infant mortality rate here in Milwaukee and the stigma behind that. Through your own experience, what did you find?
When I lost Terrell, which is Jelani's oldest brother, he would have been 4 on May 23rd. Once he passed away, I found out that there were so many other babies like him in the city of Milwaukee, and I was just so drawn to the statistics and how to reduce the data that is causing such turmoil throughout other families in the city of Milwaukee.
I mean, we're 4 times the rate for African American babies is almost 4 times that of white babies here in Milwaukee, just in 2015 alone.
Yes.
So what did you learn on that journey?
I learned that if I don't say anything, if I don't speak up, it's just going to stay that way for years and years. So if I don't step up and make a change, then other families will go through what I went through. So that is my duty, to make sure that other families don't go through what I went through.
And even though I'm sorry, but even though you've been blessed with this bundle of joy, you still speak for your oldest son, and you still want to be an advocate.
I would never stop being an advocate for babies in the city of Milwaukee. I'm going to continue, and I hope that Jelani grows older and become an advocate as well for his brother. I hear so many parents going through what I went through, so I want to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
So how do you do that? I mean, are you talking to other mothers groups? You're trying to provide support for young moms as well, others who have gone through the same experience that you have?
I always recommend any mother that goes through it. If someone knows of any mom, I have them call me, and I'll talk to them. I'll be a friend to them, give them the resources that they need. Whatever they need, I provide it for them.
Were you concerned about having another child?
I was so afraid of having Jelani. My OB received multiple calls from me up into the delivery. I was so afraid, and my mom and my family was such a great support. But once he arrived, it was a sigh of relief.
I was wondering.
You mentioned your mom.
My mom.
A great support as well.
It's the greatest support I have.
She's got to be watching today, going to be very proud. What did you learn from your mom?
I learned to just be strong and just to keep pushing for my mom, and as well as my grandmother. They both are very strong women. Both of my grandmothers, from both my dad and my mom's side. They're very strong women, and they do whatever they can to support their children, and I just want to do the same for my son.
Do you find yourself, waking up like, whoo, I don't know what to do today or how to do it? And what do you tell other young mothers like yourself when it comes to having that challenge of, whoo, I just don't know what to do, but you got to do something?
I just look at him, look at his face.
I can do it all day.
He's won us over already,
Yes.
so I can understand why.
You just look at your baby's face, and you know that there's a heartbeat, and he's breathing well, and that is all the motivation that you need.
Did you go through a sense after losing Terrell that, who do I turn to? I mean, you said you had the support of your mother and your grandmother and learned from them, but did you feel alone, or did you feel like, where am I going to turn to for help?
Oh, absolutely. In the beginning of the loss, of the grieving process, you feel like you're alone. My mom didn't deal with the loss, so I felt like she couldn't understand what I was going through. But in actuality, she was going through it with me. But I felt
like
I was
guilt?
alone. There was guilt. I felt like it was my fault, and things happen, and I blame myself. There was a great journey of mental health issues that I had afterwards, but I pulled through with the grace of God.
And you also, in Terrell's honor, decided to do a walk-run.
Yes.
Is that continuing?
That is continuing. August 5th, 2017. We are in the works of getting it locked in right now.
Sounds like a great opportunity to keep the memory alive.
Yes.
I know there are moms watching right now, maybe have been in your situation, or a new mom right now as well. What would you say to them?
I would say to never give up, never lose hope, because God will provide eventually again. And just keep working at whatever you're doing and keep your head up.
Well, we have a special gift for you, but that means for now you need to give Jelani
I can practice.
to Shannon right here.
Hi, baby.
And we want to give you some roses here.
Thank you.
To say Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming in to share your story. How's that feel, Shannon?
It feels fine. You see, I'm multitasking here. I'm trying to look cute and hold a cutie. I don't really hold up too much to this one.
He definitely is the youngest guest we've ever had. Yes. And I'm going to go out on a limb, the cutest guest we've ever had.
I agree.
All right. So next up, meet a mom who grew up in a foster family.
Yes, and she has an interesting kick on what Mother's Day means to her now that she is a mom and a foster parent.